Well, welcome to my world. Come on in. It is Sundays. Ding the bell. And I'm just so glad that you're here. Oh, how fun. It is so fun to live in the past, think about right now, today, and plan for my future. So, welcome to my world. Come on in. We are in Studio M, which is where I come on Sundays, some days when I thought I had a problem and I guess I don't. So, today I have figured out the margarita recipe, and I'm excited. I just finished another one. So, welcome to Margarita Sundays. It's strawberry, non alcoholic strawberry margarita Sundays. Because there are no problems today, so we're not in therapy, which is good. So, I can put my ideas on the table today with some solutions, but I need your help. So, come on in. Problems in our family go on the table at dinner time on Sundays, but and my mother always said, if you can't make it right, make it better. Mother instilled this in me, and today I'd made my life better. Hi, I'm Colleen Liz Frost, and I am in development. Layers of love go with us on our Sunday dinners with all of our families. Well, I'm sure of this. This is going to be something good, I promise. Thank you for stopping here. Stay just a bit. The internet's a busy place. Let these 7 days of balance be your traveler's rest. Each day I promote living life on purpose, with something each day to ponder in hopes to inspire you to celebrate history and create more. So welcome to my world. Come on in. Today I'm your coach, your head coach, and I'm on a mission while I'm in remission, celebrating history and creating more. This is going to be good. I promise. So alcohol, it is temporary fun with permanent consequences in my life. So I just think it's kind of fun to talk about the subject. I grew up in the bar business with my parents. They had supper clubs. They had the first liquor license in Otter Tail County. And they were always so proud of that because it was just a big thing back then. In the 70s hit, they had the first real popular dance hall here with alcohol. And back in those days, Windsor Coke was 60 cents. And so when Mom counted out the bar on her weekends, to have a $4,000 bar night was really something back then. So, I grew up with alcohol being all around me in this supper club, in the bar business, and it was since I was born. So I was never adverse to alcohol, and my parents made a wonderful living from it. And my mother always said, honey girl, you can grow up wanting to serve alcohol or drink it, but you can't do both. So it was just something that was just never in me to do. I did practice drinking when I was first married for the first 2 years, and then I stopped just like that, bada bing, bada boom, because it was not working. And I did not like who I was. And every problem I ever thought I could ever imagine having for myself was created while drinking. So it was very easy for me to quit. And after I waltzed from being dead out of my marriage, I might have drank a few times since then, but the last probably 15 years, I haven't really drank at all, not a drop. And I asked my son when he was about 10 years old, I said, honey, we have to decide. Do you think you want to drink or not drink? And, you can kind of put it on the table right now. We had it on a Sunday dinner discussion. And he thought about it. He says, I don't know. Let me think about it. See, where I live in our culture here, it's very, very popular. And it's summertime. Shall I remind you? It is everywhere. And I don't know about you, but have you noticed the uptick this last year with COVID? How exceptional the marketing was for drinking? I think they had rapid drinks. They even put my Skittles inside of vodka now. I had no idea. So drinking is just very colorful. It has rainbow colors, and it's just very enticing. And so I just find it very interesting. As a matter of fact, I think you need a college degree. Let's go with the at least a 4-year degree in how to mix these. So when my son was home, this last time we went to a place called Spanky's. I just have to get to know that couple that own that. It's a fine dining restaurant if I think it is. And my son and I were out to dinner with my family, and they asked us what we would like to drink. And I don't go out hardly ever. So we just said water, like we always had in the past. And then we looked at each other and we thought, maybe we should look at the non-alcoholic selections. And on the internet, on their website, it just lists the non-alcoholic beers, but on their menu in their restaurant, it was layered with options. I mean, it took up the whole page, a non-alcoholic section with the whole page. It had a mule thing, and it had words I can't even pronounce. And my son's like, Mom, I'm going to try the Italian soda. And I said, well, I'm going to try the strawberry daiquiri. Oh my gosh. It was so good. So I made it my mission when I got home here. I was going to recreate what I thought how they made that. But I just really give Spanky's a lot of credit for giving those of us who choose not to drink, and they were only $5. I didn't even look at the other prices. I would have no idea what a beer cost. Just haven't been out for a few years to even order or to look what those drinks cost. But anyway, so my son and I have just had this really fun game about, how do we like our water? And we loved it. So today I have a recipe for strawberry daiquiris that I think nails it. Are you ready? Fresh strawberries, sugar-free Jell-O, because I'm a little cancer gig person, so I like to have things that have very little sugar. So for those of you that are living with remission and on a mission, I try not to have sugar in a day, like 23 grams at the most, usually via a Skittle or some kind of a candy, because my Kenny's candy, because we live in Perm, so he has gourmet licorice. Don't even get me started on candy, because I don't do Skittles anymore, but I did do Skittles quite a bit during chemo. It had a bite to it, and that's another story. But sugar-free Jell-O strawberry, and then orange juice concentrate, and I just put 1.5 tablespoons in that. Club soda, and then the 10-calorie margarita mix, lime juice and salt. And I'm telling you, folks, you have to try it. It was the closest I thought to a margarita and rum extract from my mother's cupboard. Rum extract. So there's my recipe. We shall review it. If you have any questions, please see me. However, I am on the hunt for other ideas for strawberries mixed with something for a daiquiri type drink. So if you want to send me your recipes, or just that mule thing, like what is that? And I can push the Google and I could find one too. But I've done that, people. So if you know how to do it, or could send me your recipe, send it to me. Now I want to tell you a little bit about, I am an author and I've written a book. And there is one thing about when you have a building, our 1907 All Original Opera House is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Now, it was built in 1907. And I believe Prohibitionist or Prohibition was around 1919 or something. And I think they put the hammer down on that about 1933. And, that's an extreme thing to do to our world, is to say, let's put no alcohol on the table, take it away completely. And I think that actually caused more problems in America. And then you have those neo-prohibitionists that are still out there trying to work on it. And then there's like 100,000 counties in the United States that still are dry. And when I lived in South Carolina, when I played Division I basketball, there were plenty of dry counties where you could not buy alcohol. So prohibition did leave lots of residual effect. And for those of us that are choosing not to drink, there needs to be a balance. And so I'm not at any way saying for people not to drink, but I am a promoter for us to choose, at some point to choose. And for me, my choice being, I have enough other habits I'm trying to work on. And not only that, people, with alcohol, for some of us that have been on the alcohol in the past, I like to say, even like with one or two, it does alter your personality. And when I look at my personality, I really like who I am now. And not only that, when I meet you, see, I'm trying to think about going social, like out to the public. And I just hope when I meet you, it'll be early enough and that you all will remember our conversation, or that you're the same person that I meet on a Tuesday afternoon. So that's part of it too. It's a little bit, I want to make sure I'm authentic, and I don't want to be somebody out there drinking and then meet you on a Tuesday and you're like, well, that's not the same girl I met. So for me, on my business, that's what I'm choosing. I want to ask you, in 1907, this opera house was built. Now just imagine what these people, 10,000 people in Staples, Minnesota, came off the trains. All of the trains turned in Staples. So now here it is, 1919, and these tourists and travelers could no longer drink. So I'm kind of curious when I read headlines of the paper from years ago when it said that Staples, Minnesota was one of the 13th most dangerous cities to live in. I sometimes wonder if it was around Prohibition. So this is what causes when you take something away and put laws out there. It's very damaging to a society. And I love reading the history of Prohibition and, so balance is very important as a parent when you're teaching it, but also when you get older like us, like who do we want to be out there without our kids? And as grandkids start coming, what type of responsibility does that bring new for us? So anyway, and when you grow up with the alcohol like I did, we never had it at home. All of our holidays. So here we just finished a couple more holidays, and trust me, we have the 4th of July coming. And you know something, people? Adam and I never got invited to the lake. And I think a lot of that reason is because people drink and they knew that I was the teetotaler and I didn't drink. And I want to say this. If you folks are the ones that are the drinkers, have me come out to your lake parties and I'll bartend. Why not? Have somebody completely sober. I'll pour the right amount. I'll just think of me. So you can still invite us teetotalers. I'm not the neo-prohibitionist. I'm not anti-drinking. I just want to be social. So pick me for your bartender. It would be fun. So think about that. Think about those people that are non-drinkers. Are you not inviting them because you don't want them to know who you are when you've had 3 or 10? Getting back to the Opera House. There's one chapter in my book that I wrote that I think you're just going to love, because my accountant told my twin and I, this is how you fail in business. So make a note. They said, he would say to me, Colleen, please add alcohol to your business plan. And I looked him square in the eye and I said, listen, this building is sacred ground. There is no way I'm going to have alcohol on our property. I just couldn't get him to understand just how valuable this place was in my mind. And I just didn't want the work of having, and plus I was nauseous all the time, so I just didn't want to be around this barfing. So anyway, we did have a private party that did bring alcohol one time, and it's in the book. You absolutely love it. has to deal with bankers barfing on banisters. Wait till you see how we got rid of that problem. Anyway, it is a choice. There's insurances involved and there's liability involved. And my parents absolutely ran a tip-top ship. But the National Register of Historic Places, when you go to these places in your area, your state, do you drink at those places? I'm sure some of you do. And tell me your story. I want to know, because I'm sitting on this board for our opera house with a lot of really, important people. So I get a vote. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to suggest it, maybe for catering only or something. But I also think that these places are, for the 1, 2, 3 hour events. But I know people, that accountant's dancing in my head saying, add the alcohol, you're missing so much money. Okay. So I have lived in a bubble, and I guess that's just the bubble I'm in. So being social as a non-drinker, you do not get invited, but I want to be invited now. And I have a recipe. I could even bring my recipe to your parties. I'm willing to stay myself as myself and find a new way out there. But it's not easy when you feel like you're living in a bubble. But I love bubbles, and I like who I am now. And I don't want to chance even one drink because I have too much on the line. My mother always said, if we can't make things right, we can make them better. I look forward to sharing these type of interesting topics. Prohibition was not the answer. Neo-prohibitionists that exist today, they're trying to keep hammering away. And I do think that the marketing is extreme. When they say, come on out for your COVID shots and we'll give you a highball, or we'll give you a Bud Light, or whatever these comments are. I shouldn't say, but maybe I'll get banned. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if that's proper either. And I don't really have an opinion because that's not really what this is about. But I want us to keep hearing what's happening. I think one study was done so far about just how much money the alcohol companies, it was boom town. It was absolutely like 1933. The whole country and the alcohol business has boomed, and they are exploding with their business plan. So I'm just wondering if this Spanky guy and woman don't have it figured out. They gave us non-drinkers a whole page. So what if we made our page the biggest hit of all? What if we made non-drinking events and non-drinking just the most coolest fun thing? What if we had fancy bars set up and wah-hooping it? And what if we danced just as fun and had just as much fun as those people that chose to drink and walked and danced side by side and all got along? Invite us, because we are a lot of fun, us non-drinkers. Anyway, that's my video for tonight. And I think Sundays, these things are very interesting to me. And I look forward to sharing this opera house with you, because they lived through a lot worse, I think, than what we have today. We have progressed as a country in all areas. We have a long way to go. And I'm listening to what's out there, but I want to communicate with you, and I want to hear you, and I want to be me in all of that. And so thanks for listening. And when you go to that National Register of Historic Places place, the next time that's down the street from you, I want you to reverently imagine what happened there, and to kind of hold it up into some type of esteem as a sacred ground. Because it's not easy to get those places listed, to take care of them, to restore them, to raise money for them, and to celebrate history and create more with them. So it takes all of us to be the best caregivers that we can of our rare places. And I think when we mix alcohol with it, we have to do so with tender hearts. And I had something to say about. So even though I'm going to be sober, that's my choice. I want all of you to be safe if alcohol is your choice. In the meantime, I want your recipes. For non-alcoholic drinks, send them my way. And then be here with me 7 days a week on my live journal, celebrating history and creating more. If you like my work, share, or heck, even give me that like button. And then also subscribe. I think I have over 3,500 views just on my YouTube channel. I found a word called analytics, so I can start researching now what all that means. So that means you folks are watching this. So thank you. Find your rocks, grab your ball, and build a team. Look for a feather. Hope is all around. So jump, bounce, and fly with me 7 days on purpose. I teach it, preach it, repeat it with a balance. Like, share, and remember that Sundays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember me. Sincerely, Coco, Coach Colleen, number 33.